I took my first political science class as a freshman a very long time ago. And I remember taking that class and having I was in awe of the professor. And I remember thinking to myself, I wanted to be that. I'm a first generation college student. And so the thought of becoming an expert in something, getting a PhD in something that seemed very unrealistic, but something that kind of, I had a dream. A dream was kind of formed that day where I was like, I want to be that. I see students mostly because they have questions about a class, but every time I have a student in my office, sometimes it's on Zoom, but I always try to find one opportunity to connect with them on something outside of class so I can remember who they are and make sure that I can keep tabs on them a little bit and make sure they're doing okay. So when undergraduates tell me they want to come to my office hours, it's a signal to me that they want to get to know me, and I want to signal to them that I want to get to know them too. Typically people will just email me and they'll tell me what they're doing, what they would like to apply for, what the letter's for, and then ask me to write for them. And I will say, I really love writing letters for great students because it allows me to feel like I'm part of their process and discovering what they're going to do next. Before I came to Binghamton, I was an adjunct professor, and I wrote for students who eventually got into really great law schools and public policy. I just wrote for a kid who got into one of the best public policy programs in the country. He texted me, and I'd written I taught him 6 years ago, and I'm so excited for him. It's just I feel the excitement at the same time. I celebrate these things, so I love being part of that process. So I always actually feel pretty honored when they ask me, and I try to take it seriously. I do teach a class on authoritarianism that I think is actually a really important class to take, not only to understand what this concept is, but to see how these concepts are applying more and more to the US as a case study as we see real democratic backsliding in this country happen. So the class really helps students understand what's going on now and be able to parse through the news and things and understand it in a way that makes more sense than I think you would get from the media. So I highly recommend that class. I've actually really benefited from working with undergraduate RAs. I love it. I was an undergraduate RA. If you'd like to continue into academia and become a professor like me, it's a way to see if it's a fit, right? Academic research is kind of different. You can also just approach professors and say, I was wondering if you were taking, if you need undergraduate research assistance for any projects, and they can then receive political science credit for that for 1 semester. I have one man who's doing that right now, and he's doing a